Hi guys, welcome to another review. Today I'm reviewing another pair of Visvim footwear. But first of all, I want to apologize for this horrible background. So I moved from my living room into this room, which was basically just a storage space where we used to store all our junk. I moved that to the garage, and right now it's an office, but I just moved in, so it's really empty, I'd say. I use this room as my office and to take pictures right there for product shots for my secondhand menswear store that I started recently, but that's beside the point. It's a little explanation on why we have to look at this horrible background. So apologies for that. And secondly, I want to apologize beforehand. I'm gonna try to do this review a little bit more unscripted than the last one. And I'm new to this, so please bear with me. Hopefully it's not too bad, and that's it. Let's get to the review. Today I'm reviewing these Visvim Fabro Folk. This is the earlier version in calf height. So right now, the last version they brought out was horse height. As far as I know, the only difference, aside from that one being horse height and this one being made out of calf height, these have the common Visvim tag, like which most people are used to with Visvim, and the horse height ones have the V and W stitched into the leather. So just the stitching. These one have the leather tab stitched onto it. So let's get to the specifications of this my pair. First of all, they use vegetable tanned French calf hide, a hand-sewn Goodyear upper, like a lot of leather footwear by Visvim, pigment-free leather lining. They also feature a cork insole, which over time molds to your feet, which is very nice. Gives you a nice custom fit to your feet. According to Visvim, it also helps with moisture absorption. They also feature leather midsole, obviously, and then the outsole, which is a Vibram outsole, which is very nice. I'm not sure if this one is also custom, like my previous review of the Grizzly boots, but it looks very nice. It's matched in color to the midsole, which looks great, and it gives it a nice thick chunky sole, and it's also very comfortable, the Vibram. It's a little bit more cushiony, a little bit more forgiving. I have to talk about sizing. So I knew these run big. My last review of the Grizzly boots, I told you guys those are size 10 US and they fit me perfectly. These are size 9 and I'd say they fit me perfectly as well. So to me they fit full size big. Visvim's sizing is all over the place, which is a shame because it's very hard for people like me who don't have a Visvim store close by. I knew that these ran big, so I thought I'd just try it. 42, hopefully they fit, and they fit amazingly. I'm lucky with that. So this is my first pair of loafers. I'm usually a boot or sneaker kind of guy, but I wanted to try out loafers. So I was looking at mainly these or Aldens. And then specifically the leisure by Alden. So they're also a little less preppy style, just like these. I would describe these as sort of a grandpa loafer, like a little bit chunky, you could say Ivy style loafer. And I wanted something that was a bit more casual than, for example, Alden's tassel loafers, which are still a bit too dressed up for me, I feel, even though they're loafers and loafers are pretty casual. Yeah, so I was looking at the Alden loafers, since these are quite expensive and I couldn't justify the price. But then I saw this pair, secondhand, barely used. So you can tell by the sole and the heel, they're barely used, for about 550 euros. So I had to get them. And I'm very glad I did, because they're cheaper than a new pair of Aldens. And to me, they're a little bit more interesting. Yeah. I will show some B-roll. I will throw them on, show some B-roll so you can see how they will look on feet. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you got some value out of it. I hope the background wasn't too bad and my rambling wasn't too bad. And if you want to see more stuff like this, consider subscribing. If you have any questions, have any comments, please leave them down below. Thank you. Hope to see you again, and bye bye.